Conservation Commission for September 17th open. I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes from September 3rd.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
Even seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
So moved. And next, we have a new public hearing from Mass DOT. And I will read that into the record. Under the Wetland Protection Act, Chapter 131, Section 40 of Mass General Law is amended, and the West Bridgewater Conservation Commission rules and regulations, we will hold a public hearing September 17th in the McDonald Brown Conference Room for a request of determination of applicability filed by the Mass Highway Division, District 5, for determination whether the area and work are within the subject to the Wetland Protection Act, DOT process routine maintenance, resurfacing, sections of Route 24, and tree trimming for road safety. We're open.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Actually, just gentlemen. I don't see ladies first. My name is Mike Clements. I am the Mass DOT representative tonight. What you have before you is a project. Basically, we're planning on resurfacing the road. I think actually from Raynham up into Brockton to the A1 town line. So we're going through the whole series of the towns. So we're doing the Route 24 north and southbound and the ramps, the 106 ramps here in town as well. Now the roadway work is exempt under the Wetlands Protection Act. We're within the confines of the roadway. There's an exemption. We have an exemption for that right in the Wetlands Protection Act. It's 310 CMR 10.02 parentheses 2-B and P respectively. So that work is covered under an exemption. Now, where we are filing is, but we also like to, when we do this work, trim the trees and create what we call a safe zone on the roadway shoulders, so that if a car happens to move off the road, it has some chance to gain control before hitting something more solid. And what we intend to do is, on the main line itself, I think we're planning to go back 20 feet from the edge of the roadway and 15 feet on the ramps. So we may be, the roadway, edge of roadway is probably, the slope is 15 to 20 feet beyond that, so we may be touching the edge of a wetland. We will not be cutting in a wetland. We just we'll be cutting in the buffer zone itself. Unless, of course, we see a dead tree in a wetland, we probably will be taking that down, because that's also a severe hazard for the roadway vehicles. So that's kind of basically it. Not too intense, but that's what we're looking at. And if there's any questions, I can.
This is pretty much like the standard one. You come in every so many years.
Every so many years. One point in time, we were doing it every 3 years, coming to just to get out the whole routes, and haven't done it. We haven't done that in a while lately. I don't know why, but since we're doing the roadway work, we want to be able to do this as well. So.
John, did you have anything?
No, as I pointed out, the paving part is exempt, and it's just the determination just for the tree trimming, and as he mentioned, they're not going to go into the wetland, or if they do, it's...
Oh, I just had comments, I'm sorry. We will be, if there's any trees, we'd just be flush cutting, we wouldn't be stumping them. And any chips, if we branch some chips, we would potentially spread those out in a non-buffer zone area, so we're not impacting any wetlands. So I think that's all I need to add.
Anybody, anything else? Hearing none, I motion to close the hearing.
Yep.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
Any second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Moved. And number 3?
Yep, negative number 3.
I'll entertain a motion to issue a negative number 3.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
Any second, all those in favor?
Aye.
So moved. Thank you.
All set.
Next, we have a new filing for 359, 301 Pleasant Street. And I will read that one into the records. Under the Wetland Protection Act, Chapter 131, Section 40 of Mass General Law is amended, and the West Bridgewater Wetland Protection Bylaw Rules and Regulations, the West Bridgewater Conservation Commission will hold a public hearing September 17th in the McDonald Brown Conference Room, 65 North Main Street, for notice of intent filed by Maryland Engineers and Land Surveyors on behalf of Kevin Griffith to construct 8 new storage buildings, drainage systems, associated amenities within 100 feet of a buffer of a bordering vegetated wetland at 359 301 Pleasant Street. We're open.
Hi, I'm Tom Pazerski from Merrill Engineers in Plymouth, and I was the design engineer that came before you for 359, and now we're back with 401. It's a combined filing because we're going to tie the two projects together. We have an approved wetland line on this side here. We've had a wetland scientist go out and flag the wetlands here. You can see that we have the 50-foot no-touch buffer. We have the 100-foot buffer here. We did complete soil exams and perk tests for drainage purposes, and we have a state-of-the-art stormwater management system here that is going to comply with DEP stormwater policy and also the general stormwater permit requirements for the town of West Bridgewater. We provided the full submittal for that. There's 2 options here, it's like we did last time. He's got the buildings here, and the other thing that he's seeking permission to do is an alternative layout, which does not increase any of the impervious area. It's just he's considering perhaps using the back couple buildings area that are on the other side for recreational vehicle parking or boat storage if necessary. We will get the full permission from the town to do that. The stormwater management system consists of full pre-treatment train. I've got it on one of the sheets underneath here. Then stormwater detention basin, nothing's within the 50-foot buffer zone. All the erosion control measures will be put out prior to construction, and they'll stay there until construction is complete. And we are proposing as part of the submittal to put conservation markers should this be approved by the commission around the whole site. So other than that, I'll be happy to address any concerns or questions you might have.
I just wanted to see the picture.
Oh, it's okay. Thank you. Yeah.
So how many more units is there
8.
compared to what it was?
Excuse me?
Compared to what it was?
Probably a dozen or so buildings over here, 12 to 14 over here, so he's gonna add 7 or 8 new buildings. And we're tying it together with lining the buildings up here, so these 2 projects tie together. They got nice internal traffic circulation.
So what's the lot? Did you basically use the same lot, right?
We got
Or did you make it?
359 and he purchased 401.
Oh, okay. So he made it
Which is
bigger.
right next to where the farm field is.
Okay.
Can't put a finger on it. Where am I? Where's Pleasant Street? Where is he?
Pleasant Street, that's...
It's above the old Charlie horse.
Yeah.
Oh, the Charlie,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, I'm drawing a blank, I'm like, where
That
the
cut
heck are
through
you
straight
putting
there.
this? I couldn't
Cut
picture
through
it.
the street.
Okay, Charlie was down behind it.
So,
Way
Yeah,
down
the
the
street.
end.
Way down the end.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
It's all commercial down there anyways.
Yeah,
It's all
yeah,
industrial.
industrial. Yeah,
Yeah, and then it
this
goes
is-
residential as it turns.
Yeah, there's
down
a
the
couple
bottom.
houses and farm areas down on Maple.
Yeah,
Is it
there's a-
Maple Street, I think, down there.
Yeah,
Big
Maple.
antenna out there too, isn't there? A big-
No, that's up the other end.
That's the other end?
Yep.
Yeah. This is down where the masonry
Where the-
yard, or masonry
Oh,
company
okay,
is.
yeah, I'm on the other end.
Okay.
I'm up by the Charlie horse.
Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah,
That's
this
where
is-
that big
This is
tower
the
is.
end, and then just above.
Okay, he's on the other
Yeah,
end.
we're probably about 3 or 4 miles away from there. Probably 3.
And who was it? They're already there?
Yeah,
Wow,
been there since the 70s.
he's,
Renovating this site, put some new buildings up, and he's proposing that one.
right.
John, did you have anything?
no, I don't have any issues with this. Reviewed the drainage and the plans and documents, and just I wanted to add that the new buildings are going on what Jimmy Shale bought the old farm that was at 401, and we split it in half, and one went to the guy that's doing the mulch and that kind of material handling, and the other has been left vacant. And it's in filling of, area to put a pad down, but he stayed back 100 feet away, so he didn't have to file with us. That was before stormwater, or we would have got him on stormwater, but, so this is a good use of the property.
So nice low impact use.
Anybody have any other questions?
None
Anybody? All right. Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to close the hearing.
here. I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
In a second, all those in favor?
Aye.
So moved, and I'll entertain a motion to issue order of conditions with the standard order and signs as noted.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
In a second, all those in favor?
Aye.
So moved.
Okay,
Thank you.
folks. Appreciate
Yeah,
it.
good stuff here. It's all you.
On me.
It's all you, bud. It's all you. It's all you. Is that big a demand, huh, for the storage facilities? Is that what that is?
Think so.
Jeez, I gotta look into doing that. Right? Because you don't have to pay for so much help, right? They
Yeah,
in
you're right.
and out on their own.
Thank you, folks. Have a good night.
You
Good
too,
night.
thank you. Next on the agenda, we have 265 West Center Street, continued public hearing, the request from last meeting.
Seems we're the only one here.
Yeah.
I guess it's me.
And this is a septic repair.
Yes.
It was in
West Center Street.
has it been completed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sean, want to take it, explain it to him, or?
Sure. This project was an emergency repair, and we can't do emergencies in the way that Board of Health or other departments can declare an emergency. We have to go by the CMRs. It says that it's got to be something that's to protect the general public, not just a public person, or one person or one family. It has to be the general public. And it usually has to be a state agency that does the work in the emergency. So, he started the work with me, checking it out to make sure everything was under control, erosion control barriers and all that, and then was required to file as soon as possible so that we could have the actual paperwork catch up. So everything's done. The grass isn't growing sufficiently enough yet to do a certificate of compliance, but it won't probably take too long now that the summer is over. So I'm recommending that it be approved. I don't have an issue with it.
Where is this house? Which one? is it?
Propose
Propose
Propose a
the
sign.
signs.
Oh, Repose the Signs. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. That's right.
Yeah. You didn't have a big area to work with to begin with, so
No,
it really.
no. And, I mean, seems with it, I'm not gonna take too much time from anyone else, but I don't know if you guys know the whole story, but it was a pretty touchy situation over there with the family, so we had to get this done fairly quick. And everyone jumped right on board too. Board of Health was awesome, and John was killer. He jumped right in, and Webby.
Yeah, I mean, we heard about it and we said, well, we really, like John said, we really
Right.
couldn't do much about streamlining or calling it an emergency
Right.
for what it was, but finally after the fact.
Right, but what you had dealt with, you guys streamlined it pretty quick, so this actually worked out perfect. Because he's safe, he's out,
Good.
you know what I mean? Everyone's, the dust is settling and no injury, so we're looking good.
Anybody have any other questions?
No.
All right, hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to close the hearing.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Moved in second, all in favor?
Aye.
So moved. I'll entertain a motion to grant a waiver for work within the 50 for temporary grading.
I'll make that motion.
I will second it.
Moved in second, all in favor?
Aye.
So moved. And a motion to issue a standard septic repair order conditions with the requirements and stipulations for markers at flags A2, A4, A8, A11, and A15.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Moved in second, all in favor?
Aye.
So moved. All set.
Awesome, fantastic.
So as soon as the grass is in,
Yeah,
have
should
somebody
grow
come
soon
and-
enough. Yeah, we'll keep in touch.
then we can do your certificate of compliance and
That'd
have
be
it
great.
finished.
Cool,
Awesome.
appreciate it, guys.
Thank you.
He's a good guy, tough times. It's good to see that, we're not all corporate monsters.
Yeah.
Help a guy out.
Well, thank you.
Well, thank you guys. I'm heading out.
All right,
Right.
see ya, have a good trip.
Yeah, that's right. I'll have a couple for you.
All right. 373 Crescent Street.
Yes, we received, and it's the email request and the exhibits that the applicant wants changed as part of on your documents for tonight's meeting. And what it is we approved a plan with a building detached from the other buildings on the site. And they realized that it would be a lot more beneficial for sprinklers to be all in one building instead of having to run extra lines. So he was bringing it closer to the existing buildings, it's farther away from the wetlands. And he's submitting revised plans to make sure it complies with the other boards. And so it's actually an improvement by bringing it back away from the far back, if he's bringing it closer towards the front and attaching it to the existing building. So it, in my opinion, it seems to be a minor project change and not adversely affecting the original intent that we wanted.
This is the old Universal, right? Yeah.
The old Universal. They had designed roof drains for this new building. The roof drains will still be added to the new building, just move closer to the building.
So they're just basically kind of moving the snow storage to where the approved design was and putting the new building kind of where the snow storage is. And then
Right. Yep.
it actually looks like a cleaner design when it's said and done.
Mm.
That's good. Any other questions?
No.
I'll entertain a motion to approve a minor project change to 373 Crescent Street.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
Moved and second, all those in favor?
All right.
So moved. And I think you have some updates for us.
426. 426 East Center Street, this is the place where the sludge was being delivered. My last communication with the owner was to inform him that I was going to do a site inspection on September 4th at 9 o'clock in the morning. And on my way into work, I go by it and I look, and it looks like the place is barricaded. And so I asked that a police officer come with me, and the police patrolman did meet me out there, and we approached the door to knock and inquire if the owner was there, and no one answered. And it was obvious that some additional new signs had been erected to prevent access to the property. And so the patrolman asked if I wanted to continue into the property accompanied by the patrolman, and I said no, I believe that we want to do this all by the book. So I said I'm going to leave. I took the pictures I needed to show the barricade. And so all of that is a precursor to doing an administrative search warrant. I found a format in a 1994 MAC enforcement manual, and Kitty did the word processing to put it into a format, and I still have to do a little bit more review of it before taking it to the court, but the intent is to go to the magistrate in Brockton courthouse and get his or her approval of the administrative search warrant, and then go out whether the owner wants us there or not, or is there or not. We would then have the legal right to go in, take pictures, measurements, and determine whether in fact there are major violations of the different regulations operations involved with sludge and stormwater. So it's obvious the owner knew I was coming, but never made any attempt to call or leave a message or anything like that. So this is the next step, and it's unfortunate, but that's the only way we can handle it. So I'm looking for a vote from the commission to allow me to submit the application for an administrative search warrant at the Brockton Court.
I'll make a motion to have authorize John to continue with the enforcement and administrative search warrant in Brockton.
I'll second the motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
So moved.
And then Crescent Street, 55, I've got an appointment with the husband and wife who are both listed as owners of the property for a week from tomorrow night to sit down with them, have them sign the revised conservation easement. I'll notarize it, and then it'll require a vote of the commission to authorize Tim to sign, and then we'll put this to bed.
Good, finally. Good work on that one, because you've spent a lot of time. And other than that,
So we have some signatures
Yep.
for the,
there's some signature pages. Kitty did not have any warrant items for us to sign,
no,
so. I was surprised we hadn't seen DEP for a while. 'Cause it seemed like for a while they were in every three or 4 years to update their.
24 is that bad, they gotta do it over?
I remember, I can't, it was like the first couple of years that I was here, they came in to do the repaving, and they had these, plans to put, erosion control all up and down 24 around the ramps, and I said, all you're doing is scraping it down and paving? What erosion's gonna be for that? I said, I can save you some money. I said, don't put them in. A shocked look on their face was like, what? But hopefully they save the money, and we don't, as taxpayers, didn't have to pay for useless erosion control. Now, if they start construction, that's a different story, but repaving,
Too bad they can't add another lane while they're at it.
that would be different.
The money that we saved, we can add another lane. Thanks, John.
Yeah, he said we could put 2 in. But no, that's, that was the first time, and the gentlemen, both gentlemen that were here have retired since then, so that's many years ago now, and it just seems like yesterday.
Anybody have anything else?
No,
I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
Moving second, all those in favor?
Aye.
So moved. We're done.